let's cut right to the chase. Pokémon Legends Arceus is an excellent game for older fans of the series like myself, who were beginning to feel as if the formula from the mainline franchise was getting a little bit stale and, dare I say, even repetitive. The battle system in Pokémon Legends Arceus is fluid and fun. Spotting and catching new Pokémon you'll find in the wild feels exciting and rewarding. Gone are the days where your adventure will be disrupted by random encounter after random encounter, followed by, you guessed it, more random encounters. To me, this was a very welcome change. And better yet, you'll no longer be battling a seemingly endless amount of generic trainers that don't really offer you any challenge at all. Pokémon Legends Arceus feels refreshing because you have so much more freedom to do what you want, not just when it comes to the massive areas that you can explore at your own pace, which are also fun to traverse by the way, but with respect to progression itself. You could, in theory, play the game in a relatively linear fashion and exclusively pursue main story quests, but the game really encourages and rewards players who explore the world and level up their roster of Pokémon. And I've gotta say, this was the first Pokémon game that actually kept me on my toes, and as a result, it challenged me to build a more diverse and substantive roster of Pokémon with different strengths, rather than just choosing a party of 6 that I thought were the most cute or looked cool. Because there was added challenge, everything else just felt more meaningful in this game. Encounters with alpha Pokemon were challenging yet exhilarating, and battles with trainers, while infrequent, do serve as an important skill check that let you know if you've adequately leveled up your roster enough to competently tackle upcoming challenges. I actually enjoyed them, probably because they weren't force-fed to me. And in lieu of gyms, the game pits you against bosses that are an absolute blast to tackle. In my opinion, this is the change that the Pokemon series desperately needed, but that's not to say that it doesn't have its fair share of flaws. As massive as each biome is, and as much freedom as you have, the game would have unquestionably benefited from more variety when it comes to side quests, or dungeons, or something else that would have meaningfully bulked up the core gameplay loop. And on top of that, the world feels empty and dead. There's not too much to discover aside from Pokemon, obviously, and a few Easter eggs here and there for hardcore fans. But the world is also incredibly ugly with noticeable pop-in, and it's just painful to look at. I get that the Nintendo Switch's hardware is aging, but with that being said, when we see games as beautiful as Luigi's Mansion 3, there's really no excuse for Game Freak. They could have at least tried a little bit harder, but they really dropped the ball here when it comes to graphics, and that's just too bad. Thankfully, the Pokemon themselves look great, but I can't really say the same thing about the human characters. Don't get me wrong, the characters themselves are fine, but their personalities feel dull in large part due to the lack of voice acting and oddly silent dialogue boxes. Now, I'm not saying that you need voice acting to convey personality, but I mean, for example, in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, each character still had charm and personality. They'd make expressions when they spoke, they'd audibly gasp or express emotion alongside their dialogue, and this small touch brought them to life. But in Pokémon Legends Arceus, it just feels like we're witnessing conversations between zombies. I don't know how else to put it. They had a lot to work with here, but it just lacked finesse. It just needed more to bring these characters to life. In conclusion, putting my criticisms aside, Pokémon Legends Arceus made me fall in love with the series all over again. The outdated gameplay mechanics that made previous games feel tedious are gone, and now you're free to explore the world at your own pace. It feels like a natural evolution of the Pokémon series, but the developers still have to continue to build upon this formula if they want to keep it fresh and fun. To me, this is only the beginning. I'm satisfied for now for sure, but I'm also hopeful that developers will not only continue to take the series in this direction, but push the envelope even further with future entries in the Pokémon Legends series. Overall, it's a fantastic game. Definitely pick this one up if you're a fan of Pokémon. What the f*** is that? This Pokémon literally looks like a pull raft. Sounds like a pull raft too.
2 seconds later.
Okay, now the pull raft is kicking my ass.